Hello, everybody. We are Penapals attempting part two of this. When I say part two, we tried recording this earlier, and we had a lot of trouble trying to get Roll20 to function with Fiasco. I do not like how they tried to implement it on Roll20. But so we are attempting to do a Fiasco one-shot. One of our players from the Alien campaign is not available tonight, so we decided to do this instead. Fiasco is a collaborative storytelling game with no prep and no GM. And so we are doing a playset called The Beast of Sucker Creek, which in a nutshell is about people dealing with essentially a Bigfoot in the area. And so we have no idea what's going on because there is no GM. We're going to be rolling randomly and picking things from lists to establish relationships and stuff, and we're going to go from there. All right, so how we're going to do this with Roll20, guys, because I don't want to deal with trying to do these cards, because this just, I'm sure it works if you know how to do it on Roll20, but there's just no explanation. I'm going to have to look it up. Either that or just request a refund on this, because holy crap. But anyway, so normally what you do is you roll 2 black and 2 white dice per player. So we should be rolling 6 white dice and 6 black dice. So let's say that we roll black first. Tad, why don't you on the dice roller there just roll, it would be 6d6. Cool. And then Keegan, you want to roll 66?
Sure. Slash. Oops, 60s.
Wow. Okay. So we've got 6, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1. So this is where we would start developing the web of relationships and details. It's kind of weird because it doesn't actually matter, I don't think, if they're black or white, the dice at this point. All right, so... Okay. So you're supposed to start with the player who grew up in the smallest town.
Uh,
Tad, where did you grow up?
Midland.
Okay. Keegan, where did you grow up?
City.
Hmm?
Bay City.
Bay City? Okay, so it would be me. Because I grew up in Owasso, and that is much smaller than Midland. It's not like super small, but it's smaller than Midland or Bay City. All right. So just ignore all of these cards on this table. There we go. It doesn't say player 1, player 2, or player 3, but it's fine. I'm just going to have it like that. So I'll be player 1, Tad will be player 2, and Keegan will be player 3. All right, so what I'm going to do, if you guys look at your PDFs, so like I said, you have these lists, right?
Yep.
So what I can do is any of these numbers from those D6s that you guys rolled, I can take that number. And so you see how there's town friends, swamp friends, monster hunters, troublemakers, family, and romance? You see how they're
Yeah.
numbered from 1 to 6?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the general category. So right now, because the first thing you want to do is establish relationships. So right now, I'm going to use one of those dice, and this is the part that's going to suck because we're going to kind of have to like keep track of what dice have been used. But we're going to use those dice, and I'm going to pick one of those dice, and I'm going to pick one of these general categories to start establishing stuff. So
I mean, we could do this. Hold on. So we had 6, 2, 4,
So for anybody who can't,
1,
nobody can actually see this. He's just
4,
writing these down on the tabletop,
2.
which works well because we can just like delete them when we're done.
Yeah.
You
And then
want
for white, we got 2,
to, yeah,
1, 4, 1, 3, 1. There.
nice. Thank you, Tad. I appreciate that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of ones, so I'm going to get rid of one of these ones here.
Mm.
Bloop. And I'm going to pick the general category of town friends. And I'm going to say that me and Tad are town friends.
Okay. And then how do you decide the sub faction of town friends or whatever?
So what you would do with that is so I'm done. So Tad, it's your turn now. What you can do is you can either pick another, because like I said, we need to do relationships first. You can either pick another general category to establish between you and Keegan, or you can choose this specific one. So you see how each one says like a 2 is law and outlaw, and a 4 is lawyer and butcher.
Mm-hmm.
So you could grab a 4 and be like, all right, so we're town friends, we're lawyer and butcher, and then you would choose who's who. Or you could choose like monster hunters between you and Keegan.
Okay.
So once you have a general category on the table, then you can pick the specific relationship.
Okay. Let's see. We have a couple of those. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go with town. I'm gonna choose our town friends thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the 4, so we're lawyer and butcher, and I'm gonna be the butcher, and you're gonna be the lawyer.
Okay, so I am a lawyer and you are a butcher and we're friends.
Yes.
That's interesting. All right. We'll figure out once we get everything established, like full details on everything. This is sort of like to help with inspiration, you know?
Yeah.
How did you do the little freehand thing?
It's just like the paintbrush. There's a way you can do just straight up text too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same thing.
Okay, I'm not gonna write that out.
I
We'll just remember that. All right, Keegan.
mean, no,
Hey.
So you have to establish a relationship. We already figured out our like general and the detail. That's what the smaller ones are. They're called details. So you need to pick a general relationship between either me and you or you and Keegan, using one of the dice down there and
I
picking either town friends, swamp friends, monster hunters, etc.
okay. Oh, I am Keegan, so I won't choose my relationship.
What?
Uh,
there we go. You said between you and Keegan, but he is Keegan.
Oh yeah, relationship between me and you or you and Tad.
yeah. All right. Do we have? Because I can't choose 5 for family because there aren't any 5s on there.
Nope.
That is correct.
Nope.
All right. Let's do. Is there 2?
There
Yeah.
are
Let's
2.
get rid of one of them 2s for
All right.
swamp friends between me and Tad.
Alrighty. Did you delete one of the 2s off the table?
It doesn't matter if it's black or white.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
there you go. Perfect. All right. So yeah, swamp friends between you and Tad. Now you can't pick the detail yet, but we'll go from there. So swamp friends between Keegan and Tad. So now it's back to me. So what I have to do then is I have to pick one of these to be the general category between me and Keegan. So we still have 3 ones. But I want to do something other than town friends. What else do we have? We have monster hunters, which we only have the 1 3. Troublemakers, which we have 2 4s, or romance. Let's do troublemakers. So I'm gonna use one of these 4s. Oh shit.
Do
Yeah.
we discover like the geography of this location through the rolls, or
What do you mean? It's a swamp.
like are we in Nolans or?
I mean, I guess. That
Okay.
will decide once we get everything like down. Right now we're
Okay.
just getting details and we're going to use that to construct the story.
All right.
All right, so next up is Tad. So Tad, you pretty much have to establish the relationship between you and Keegan with the detail. So what kind of swamp friends are you?
Let's see. We got a bunch of ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna go with one. So we're a hog farmer and a cattle rancher, which goes pretty well with my being a butcher.
Yeah, so who's the hog farmer and who's the cattle rancher?
I'll be the hog farmer.
All right, and Keegan
I
is a
got
cattle
cattle.
rancher. All right.
You're basically a cowboy.
Now,
Oh yeah.
Keegan, now you have to establish the detail between me and you off the list of troublemakers.
All right.
Using the numbers that we have, obviously.
And let's go with a. How many ones do we? Let's go with a 2. What is 2?
Two
2
is
is hoaxers.
hoaxers.
Ooh. So I'll get rid of that too.
All right, so we are hoaxers. That's interesting.
And just make shit up.
Which is funny for a lawyer. although I mean, lawyers are pretty tricky anyway, so I guess it kind of fits.
I could have done escaped convict and accessory.
Mhm.
That would have been weird.
Actually, that could have worked if the lawyer was your accessory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have been your lawyer in prison, but you fucked it up, Keegan.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we established the relationships now, and we have the details. So now we need one need, one location, and one object. We need at least the general categories for those. We don't have to go into detail, but it's usually a little bit better if you do. So Keegan just went, so I'm actually going to pick a need. So let me scroll down to the needs here. Needs. All right, so we've got 6, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1. So everything except 5. So the general categories.
I'll go for list 2.
Yeah. The categories are to wreck, to enjoy, to profit, to prove, to contact, to explore.
To contact the hoaxers. It's real easy.
All right, give me a second here. What do I want? You know what? Let's use that last 3. I want to pick profit as a need. And like I
Selling
said,
400 bales of marijuana.
Keegan, stop reading these off.
Okay.
Damn it.
Mhm.
All right. So, and like I said, the needs aren't attached to a specific person. So this is just something that we're going to use for developing part of the plot. So Tad, now what you can do is you can either establish the detail of that need, so you can pick whatever that's going to be, or you can pick a general location or a general object.
Okay. You chose 3, right?
Yeah. So it's to profit.
Okay. And being a lawyer, I think it'd be funny if I gave you 4. So you're trying to sell 400 bales of marijuana.
Well, I mean, technically, it doesn't have to be me. Like I said, these needs aren't attached to a specific person, but it could be.
Okay.
It could be you who's got 400 bales of marijuana, or Keegan. You guys are the ones with the farms.
That's true. Yeah, I'm trying to sell 400 bales of marijuana then.
Okay. All right, so that's the establishment of the need then. So next up is Keegan, and so Keegan, you need to pick a general for either location or object.
2 and 6. So 1, 2. Let's go with 1.
For what?
For objects.
Okay.
So a suspicious object.
All right, so suspicious object. All right, so it's my turn, and I will just go ahead and pick the detail for that suspicious object. So you got 1, 2, or 6. I'm gonna leave the 6 there. I'm gonna pick just this other one. And so the suspicious object will be gigantic tracks leading into the woods.
Was that both our ones?
What do you mean?
Or do we?
No, we still have a 1.
Okay.
We have a 1, a 2, and a 6 now.
Okay.
All right.
We only have 2 more things to pick, though.
Yep. You can pick an extra thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So the extra dice, you just get to pick whatever you want. Because in a game with more people, you'd have a lot more dice.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just pick additional shit. All right, so Tad, that means you have to pick a general location thing using a 1, 2, or 6.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with 2 around town.
Okay.
So I'll leave that.
All right, and then Keegan, go ahead and pick what the around town location is. Which, I mean, you've got a semi truck parked behind the community health clinic, or a glove box of a rental car.
Hmm.
Whichever you
go.
choose has 400 bales of marijuana in it.
Well, I mean, obviously it's the glove box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna go
glove
with glove
box.
box. Okay.
You're going to go glove box?
Yeah, it's more of a mystery what's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now with the last one, which I guess is me, the last number that you have doesn't matter. It's considered a wild card. So whoever gets the last number gets to just pick. But I can only pick a general because I don't have 2 things to pick the detail. So I can either establish a general relationship again, which I think I want to establish a general need. So we already have to profit.
And because this is a wild thing, could you use a general relationship for the entire party?
No, they're supposed to be between 2 people.
Okay.
I'm just going to have to prove. A need to prove something. Somebody will have a need to prove something. And then that will get rid of the last one there. Bloop. All right. So, now we're going to try to figure out exactly what's going on here. So, me and Tad are town friends. I'm a lawyer. He's a butcher. He's also a hog farmer, and Keegan is a cattle rancher. But me and Keegan are also troublemakers. Because we like to come up with hoaxes. And then Tad is trying to offload 400 bales of marijuana and attempting to profit off of that. And somebody's attempting to prove something. And then we know that a glove box is involved in town.
Also, giant footprints.
Oh,
tracks,
yes.
I should say.
Yes, there are giant footprints going into the woods. All right, so now we need to figure out what exactly the plot is, what we're trying to do, what's the point of all this. So, obviously, I think the biggest thing is Tad having all those drugs.
Yeah, I got a lot of marijuana.
That's an absurd amount of marijuana.
It is. It very much is. Okay, so
the DEA is showing up.
All right, so you're trying to offload all these drugs. You're trying to make a profit on them. Okay. All right. So what if it's like with like the giant tracks and me and Keegan being hoaxers? What if it's something like we're trying to scare people away, like a Scooby-Doo villain sort of thing?
Oh, like we made the tracks?
Yeah, like we're pretending that there's something around here to keep people away from the drug operation.
That makes sense.
Oh, so we're in on it.
I would be. You may not be, but
Yeah.
I imagine I
So
would be as like his lawyer.
just so we all have an idea, I looked up the average weight of a bale of hay, and it's somewhere between 40 and 75 pounds. So I just averaged that to 55, which means I have 22,000 pounds of marijuana.
Okay, so you have like the biggest marijuana field in the U.S.
Yeah.
Invisible from orbit.
Jesus Christ. Okay. 400
I'm
bales of
definitely,
marijuana.
if I get caught with that, I'm definitely getting a to distribute charge.
You don't think. All right, so Keegan, so me and you are hoaxers. And also I need to point out, with the things that you draw, you can modify them slightly. Like they still need to be within like reason of what you drew, but they don't have to be 100%. So Keegan, do you want to be like involved in this, or do you want to be like a true believer? Like instead
No,
of
I
actually
want me
being
some money.
Okay, so we're all involved in this.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so
That's a lot of weed. That's a lot of money right there, and I want me some.
It is an absurd amount of weed.
all right, so me and you, so me and you are friends who like to just make up. Well, no, do we? Is this something that we've done before? Like we just make up hoaxes, or are we doing this specifically for this?
I imagine that the fact that he has that much marijuana means that he commits to stuff real hard. So I imagine we have to do this quite a bit to cover up his tracks.
Yeah.
All right,
I only go
'Cause-
to 11.
Because me and him, we're swamp buddies. Like,
Yeah.
this is what we do.
right. So you two know each other because you raise cattle, he raises hogs, and he's a butcher, so you probably sell your cattle to him and everything. I'm his lawyer because he gets in trouble with the law all the time because he's a fucking drug dealer. But he's offered to give me some fat cash in addition to you. I'm going to say you're probably the one who's able to make the tracks because I know nothing about that shit.
Yeah.
But me and you kind of work together to try to like get the hoax going on, and we're doing this to try to keep people away, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
Keep people away from my fields and fields of marijuana.
Yes.
Yes.
And the overall goal of what we're trying to do is we're trying to make money off of this. So there's one more thing we need to figure out though.
What's in that glove box?
Well, two things actually. Now that you said that, what's in the glove box, and what's the thing that someone's trying to prove, and who's trying to prove what?
Do any of us have very low self-esteem? Like in game, I know all of us do. Like outside, but
I mean, I'm a lawyer, so I obviously hate myself.
it's fair.
Ooh, ooh. Hold on, I have an idea.
Mhm.
What if I'm a narc?
Oh.
Oh, that Jesse the antagonist, just like normal. Understood.
I'm just saying, like, what if I'm trying to like gather evidence against you guys, but I'm like working with you, and maybe the glove box thing is because it's a location. Maybe I'm trying to hide a recorder or something in there.
Well, it says a rental car, but it could be like a U-Haul truck or something like that, right? Like the
Yeah,
one you
yeah.
used to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that would be a rental car, yeah.
Plus, that
I
gives
also
some.
did. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Plus, that gives some like. It's good when you have some conflict between players in Fiasco.
So,
All
so
right.
I did a little bit more math, and assuming that it's on the higher end size of a pot plant, that's 33,263 individual plants.
It's the biggest fucking grow op that exists. I'm pretty sure the cartel's coming for you.
I'm pretty sure he is the cartel.
Probably.
Probably. This man's fucking connected.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna say that my lawyer, um, he's in trouble with the law himself because he does all sorts of like shitty things or whatever, and so he got caught doing something, and the only way he can get out of it like is to help the cops get evidence against you and Tad.
Probably got caught doing marijuana.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can say this was back when it's in a state where it's not legal.
Well, yeah.
All right, so now I think we just need names.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna look up lawyer name generator and see if that gets anything. Where do we want to say we're at, by the way? Because we know we're in like a swampy area. I almost want to say like fucking Louisiana. But what are you guys thinking?
I mean, Louisiana works for me. Out in the bayou.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in Louisiana in a small town. Obviously Sucker Creek.
Mm-mm.
Can I be Skippy Jiggles Jr.?
I mean, I can't stop you. I'm not the GM.
Hmm.
I'm going to go with Jeff Kopelman. Tad.
What
I also
are you guys
figured.
just pulling?
Well, I did a generator. I figured we'd figure out where we're from so we can get an idea of what kind of names. You guys are
Okay.
swamp friends from Louisiana. I'm pretty sure y'all are
Yeah.
real redneck.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm Skippy Jiggles Jr.
All right, so we got
Uh,
Skippy.
I have a first name. Let me figure out a last name. Which they have a Beast of Sucker Creek name, so
They do, yeah. They have like a little category there.
fucking McGee is one of them. Okay.
Fucking
Uh,
McGee.
okay. For my first name, I was gonna go with Jasper.
Okay.
For my last name, I'll go with Anderson. Sure, why not?
Jasper Anderson. All right, so we got Jeff, Jasper, and Skippy. Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so give me 1 second here. So how this is going to work? So we're going to be playing 6 scenes for Act 1 and 6 scenes for Act 2. And the scenes can be relatively short. It just kind of depends. Like I mentioned before, what you're going to do is your character's in the spotlight, so that scene involves you. You choose to either establish or resolve the scene. If you are establishing, you create a scene, and if you're resolving, you ask your friends to create a scene for your character. And then at some point during the scene, the other people determine the outcome, if it's going to be positive or if it's going to be negative. If you're choosing to resolve, you get to pick if it's positive or negative. So you can establish a scene of what your character's trying to do, but the other two get to decide if it goes well or goes bad. Or you let them pick what it is that you're trying to do, and then you get to decide if it goes good or bad. And so if it goes good, you get a white dice. If it goes bad, you get a black dice. For Act 1, once you're done with the scene, you give that dice to another player. And I'm going to tell you right now how Fiasco works. You really want, as weird as this sounds, negative outcomes aren't necessarily a bad thing, because at the very end of the game, you have to roll for something called the aftermath to determine kind of what happens to your character. And the best thing is to either have a bunch of white dice or a bunch of black dice, because if you've got equal numbers of both, you have to roll them against each other and subtract, and the lower you get, the worse it gets for you. So you can get screwed the entire time and have all black dice, but then have a really good outcome at the end.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. You guys all kind of have experience doing a little bit of GMing, so it's kind of like that. And then, like I said, we can play NPCs for each other and stuff like that too.
Okay.
All right. So, if you're establishing create a scene, you have the privilege of acting as director. Who is present? Do any objects or locations factor into it? Does it address a need? When does it take place? Flashback, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. Um All right. So, I think I would go first. So I will probably establish the scene because it's a little bit easier to establish instead of putting you guys on the spot right away. So I imagine the first scene with Jeff is probably going to be him talking to the FBI.
Probably. That sounds about right.
That makes the most sense. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what he's trying to accomplish. Because we already know he's working for the FBI.
Mhm. What do you think about that? Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I did a little bit more math.
Oh my god.
And going by assuming I planted them like ears of corn, the amount of space I would need for that would be 6,650 by 9,975 feet. So basically a mile by like a mile and 2/3 of pure marijuana.
You have a lot of land.
Why,
Yeah.
why do they need your help?
It's a lot
Go
of
on Google
marijuana.
Earth.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so you guys, do you guys want to play FBI agents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I'm
why not?
obviously going to be talking with the FBI. So I imagine that we're in the town. We're just going to call the town Sucker Creek. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, it's fine.
I
Okay.
thought that's what it was, so sure.
So
I
we're
think
in
the creek is Sucker Creek.
I think the creek, yeah, because it's like a swampy area fed by a creek. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say, so like we're probably, fuck it, we're in like a van on the outskirts of town. You guys are FBI agents. I'm in there with you. You guys caught me doing some hardcore drugs, and obviously I had to make like an agreement with you guys to give you information against Jasper and Skippy. And the possible drug operation out here.
I actually have an FBI agent name that I've used since I was like a kid whenever it came up.
Okay.
So I'll be FBI agent John Winterson.
Okay.
Oh,
Keegan.
Agent Marcus.
Marcus.
there you
God
go.
damn it, Marcus. All right. So yeah, we're just like sitting in a van. I guess you guys would be giving me instructions first.
All right.
So Jeff is in there. I imagine he's like in his like late 30s. He's a really skinny, kind of short, very oily looking guy. Like he still has acne even though he's a fucking adult. Hair slicked back and everything. You know, he's wearing like a dress shirt, tie and all that, but there's sweat stains because it's so hot, but he won't wear anything else because he's trying to be fancy.
Okay. I mean, John Winterson will be like a middle-aged guy, blonde hair, kind of crew cut.
Oh, I forgot to
just
start
wearing
music.
like a, just wearing like a typical like FBI suit and tie. He does not look like he's sweating at all, though.
So you said you wanted to go with the Mega Man music?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that was just the idea. It's gonna be a little weird, but you know, it won't get us flagged.
All right, so yeah, Jeff is just. Oh, go ahead, Keegan.
Marcus has very short cropped hair. Looks like some of it's been burned. He looks slightly surprised that he's there, but also not surprised at all.
So Jeff is just like in the back. He's like rubbing the back of his neck, and he's just like, "Look, guys, like I told you I'd help get you information. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But like, can't I do it from far away? Like, I don't need to be with them when they try to get the sale going, right?"
We need as close of an eyewitness as we can get. We really need to nail these guys. I looked on Google Earth and I saw his field, and that's just outrageous.
I feel like if you did
doesn't
that,
make
you would
any
have
sense.
enough evidence against him.
No, that's exactly why
Yeah.
we're having such a problem. It's
Yeah.
too obvious.
It's way
There
too
has to be
obvious.
something else.
Yeah.
Okay, look, like, I gave you all the information I know. I don't know who he's selling to. I haven't figured that part out yet. Like, you realize how much, like, shit I'm gonna be into if they figure this out?
I mean, they're a hog farmer and a cattle rancher. What's the worst they can do?
It's a hog farmer and a cattle rancher. Look at me. I weigh like 90 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so you can probably outrun them.
you'll probably outrun them. They're probably not bright. Let's
I
be
have
honest with
asthma.
ourselves
Come on.
here.
Look,
I mean, the one guy, it has to be all of his land is just weed. So I mean,
Theoretically, yeah. Like, how much land does this guy own?
a lot. Like, everything outside of town is pretty much his. We don't know how it happened. I mean, to be fair, I drew up most of those contracts, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you know how that happened.
it does.
Look, we're getting off topic, guys. So he's just gonna rock back a little bit. He's just like, all right, look, I don't want to have to wear a wire or anything like that.
You don't have to wear it. We can put it near you.
What do you mean, put it near me?
It's just got to be where you're going to be talking. You give us, like, the drop, we'll hide it in a tree stump and under a seat, whatever.
Put it in a glove box, maybe.
So I'm gonna pause here for a second, because like this is where Fiasco gets a little weird, because there's not like a natural time to do this. But you guys get to decide if it goes well for me or bad for me. I'm trying to get them not to have me have a recording device.
Clearly, that's going to go bad for you because you're getting a recording device.
Okay.
Yeah, the FBI kind of gets what they want.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right, so Jeff is just gonna like sigh a little bit, just like, all right, but look, you guys might end up getting me killed. I hope you realize that.
We'll be so close to you. I don't know how close.
And you know, if you at least get them, then you're
You'll
some
be a
kind
hero.
of hero.
Yeah. You'll be a hero in the war on
American
drugs.
one. We will
Yeah.
remove you from the social security system and your citizenship, but
You'll be disavowed.
you'll be a hero
We'll,
in some way.
we'll expatriate you. Or whatever it's called.
I have no idea what you just said, so sure.
He just looks really depressed
Popsicle.
at the general situation, but he just nods like he realizes there's nothing else he can do about this. And he just says, "All right, so am I planning it? Are you guys?"
Is he not going to take the popsicle that I just offered him?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. More for me. Unless you want it, John.
I'll take it. John takes the
Awesome.
popsicle. Well, it's something we've kind of done. You might want us to plan it. If you think you can do better than us, we'll let. I mean, whatever makes you comfortable, bud.
The only thing I'm worried about, God damn it, because he would not want to plan it, but also at the same time, having FBI members show up to where they are is probably not good either. He just says, "Give me the damn thing." I got a negative result, so it's not what he wants.
Yeah. John just kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls out like just like a small microphone, I guess, and gives it to you.
All right, so Jeff takes it. He puts it in his pocket. And he's just like, I hope this is like we're gonna clear my record after this, right? Like we don't need to have any charges pressed once I do this, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm sure the charges will be worked out as soon as we get what we need here.
Yeah, of course.
All right, fine. And then he's just gonna like give you guys a dirty look and then get out of the van and start walking away.
Yeah. John
I'll
shuts
close the
van
door behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So that's the end of the first scene. I got a black dice, but I get to give it to someone. I'm gonna give it to Keegan.
Okay.
So Keegan just, I mean, on scrap paper or something, or on here you could just write like write your name in a box and put down like 1 black or something. I don't care how you do it, as long as you know you have a black dice.
All right. Well, I have legitimately black and white dice up here, so.
Oh yeah, you do. So yeah, just put a black dice near you. There you go. All right. So next up, we'll go with Tad.
Okay.
So do you want to establish or do you want to resolve?
I want to establish more.
Okay. So go ahead and think about what kind of scene you want for your character. Remember that we have a total of 6 scenes before the tilt, and the tilt is when shit goes bad. So we're trying to kind of just establish what's going on and what we're trying to do. So you can think about like the needs, the characters, the relationships, whatever. But yeah, go ahead and establish a scene.
Okay. So the needs are I need to sell a bunch of pot.
Yes.
Obviously. What was the other need that you chose again?
The need is I need to prove you guys are doing this.
Okay. So they just kind of relate. What if we were in like my butcher's shop and just like me and Keegan's character and maybe your lawyer, and we were just kind of talking about the plan.
Okay.
The unambiguous plan.
All right. So all of us are so our main characters are all together
Yeah.
at your butcher shop. Okay. All right. And then just remember with the establishing, eventually you don't have to have it figured out when you start, but eventually you're going to try to get something. It doesn't have to be from us, but you're trying to accomplish something in this scene.
Okay. I guess do I state what I'm trying to accomplish?
I mean, you can either say right now what you're trying to do, or you can work it into the scene.
Okay. I think the only thing that I would be really trying to accomplish is just moving forward on selling all this pot, because it's a ridiculous amount of pot. It's hard to hide.
It is, yeah.
I need to get rid of it.
I imagine you probably have to figure out who you're selling it to, or if you know who you're selling it to, how you're going to move it.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure out who I'm selling it to then.
Okay. So the 3 of us are in your butcher shop then.
Yeah. I'm like breaking down a pig.
Jeff is just in the corner, kind of like trying to like hold down his lunch as you're butchering this animal.
What did you say your character's name was, Ted? Jasper. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got me some friends in Florida.
Now,
They might be
theoretically,
interested.
your friends are in Florida, would they be able to afford well over 10 tons of pot?
I'm not so sure they's good with their money, but they might have that much. You got anywhere for this popsicle stick?
I mean, there's a trash. You can just throw it in the goddamn trash. I don't know why you even asking.
Well,
Save him.
Look,
You save him, make a birdhouse.
gentlemen, you said that you have some people in Florida who might be interested.
They's always interested in getting high.
Well, I mean, this isn't just getting high. This would be distributing amongst other people.
Oh, you haven't met my friends.
I mean, I suppose. I'm more worried about the logistics of transporting all of this. I mean, if we're taking it to Florida, like, are we going by boat? Or are you guys going to transport it by boat? You going through Mississippi and Alabama?
I ain't got no boat.
I could scrounge us up one of them hover boats.
To go to Florida?
Yeah.
I don't think those are meant for the ocean.
Well,
Even if
why
you're
the hell
sticking by the
not?
coast.
It's a boat.
It floats on water.
It actually floats on the air, you see.
Yeah. Them's hovercraft. Heard about them on the Discovery.
Do you think you can wrangle a hovercraft that can move 400 bales of marijuana?
Now that's the problem.
400 times, yeah.
I mean, I reckon we could fit at least 4, and then we'd only have to do it 100 times.
Let's see, the math is working out.
Yeah.
I thought all that lawyer in school would make you smarter, but...
Well, you guys are clearly the masterminds of the operation. Clearly, I have very little to do with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, aside from getting us all them permits for all the land to grow the pots on.
That's true. You were instrumental in getting us the land to grow this pot.
Yeah, I
If it
mean,
weren't for you, we couldn't have done this.
instrumental is debatable, but
Without you, it wouldn't have
anything,
happened.
You are the most responsible for this operation here.
so anyway, so I guess if you've got some people down in Florida, we better give them a call, right?
Oh yeah, let me pick up my cellular here and get a hold of them.
Yeah, pick up your cellular telephone. I did figure out how much it would cost them. Were they buying all 400, by the way?
All right, I will flip open my track phone and
All right.
call up my friends in Florida.
I will say we are set to be very rich, man. Splitting this amount of money, I have calculated 3 ways.
How much money is we talking here?
Well, we sell, a gram for $15. Obviously, it's high quality pot, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking to make ourselves $149,820,000. So splitting that 3 ways, that's fucking $49 million each, almost $50 million each.
Tell you what, I could buy me a boat.
You'd be able
I heard
to
that in the song.
Shit, you'd be able to buy yourself 2 boats.
Oh, I don't know. I can do
Do you
that.
have any idea how depressed Jeff is right now that he got caught? That's $50 million. You have any idea how much cocaine that is?
It's a lot of cocaine. Yeah, you could buy a boat made out of cocaine for that. Now,
But yeah, I don't know how to roleplay talking to someone on the phone, but
Well, I mean, I think technically Tad's character would be the one who would need to talk to them.
oh,
You would probably
That's
roleplay your family. Because remember, this is Tad's scene. He's the main character who's trying to
That's fair,
accomplish
yeah.
something.
that's true. All right, put that cellular telephone on speaker. We'll talk to him.
all right. I'll call him up. This is Skippy. I'm putting you on speakerphone, and I'll set it down.
Hey y'all, I hear y'all looking to buy some marijuana.
Okay, who plays them? Is it me because they're my contacts?
I mean, they are your family.
Oh no, these aren't family. These are just people I know in Florida.
In Florida.
In Florida. All right, fine. How'd you get this number?
It's Skippy.
It's Skippy. He done dialed it off his own cellular phone.
Look, man, I know a lot of Skippies. Which Skippy? Is this?
Skippy Jiggles Jr.
Oh,
Jiggles
Jiggles.
You know my dad Frank.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. Skippy Jiggles. No, it's fine. It's Skippy Jiggles, not Skippy Jones. It's good. It's good.
Skippy Jiggles Jr. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
It's Junior.
Look, I like your dad more. Anyway,
Frank
Did
was a
you
good
just-
man.
Did you just say your dad's name Frank?
I
How the
did.
fuck you Junior then?
That's what he named me.
that don't make any goddamn sense. Anyways,
look,
I got a whole bunch of the wacky tobacco. I gotta move. Y'all interested?
I mean, now look, we're always interested in a little bit of drugs. But how
Okay,
much are we
then.
talking here? Because I've got other people around here who might like some too.
That is admirable. Y'all want the amount of grams I got to move? Cause it's a lot.
All right, tell me how much it is. See if it's worth our time.
Okay. We got 9,988,000 grams of pot to move right now.
You hear like the sound of spitting a drink out on the other end. What the hell are you talking? What? You have how much?
When Jasper goes hard. We got like almost 2 miles of pot plants out here, and I gotta move it because I'm gonna get a distribution charge if I get caught with this.
A distribution charge? For the love of God. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the
they'll
Colombian drug lords are probably going to come after you for that.
They might. It's a lot of fucking pot.
That's why we gotta move it.
Yeah, it's gotta get going.
All right, so I'm going to pause here for me and Keegan. Do we want this to
Okay.
go good for Tad or bad for Tad?
This sounds like it's going fantastically, honestly.
I was going to say I'm leaning towards going good.
Yeah.
All right, so he's just like, all right, how much you looking to get out of all this?
Well, this is some fucking high quality shit. I'm looking at least $15 a gram.
$15 a gram? That's probably what we're going to sell it for.
Okay, fine. How about, you get a 50% markup, I sell it for 10 a gram.
So he thinks
That's still
about
good
that.
money.
He thinks about
Still
that for a
good.
bit. He's just like, all right, now tell me this. How you gonna get it to us?
Now that is what we were discussing. Do y'all have a good way for us to get it to you, or?
No.
So far, the plan is hoverboat.
Well, that
Plan
just
is
sounds
hoverboat.
stupid.
Well, I mean, I don't hear any better plans from you.
It's the best we got.
Look, we're not the ones trying to deliver product.
Yeah, and we're saying hoverboat.
We could do hoverboat. We could do like perhaps we could find a bass boat as well.
Like from Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, we could get a Bass Pro Shop. Frankly, we're going to make enough money off this. We could sink some money into a boat. We could also rent a truck. I mean, I got a pickup truck.
You know, I saw that new U-Haul place down on the east side.
They do got one of them fancy U-Hauls.
Well,
That
well,
could work.
tell you what, right? So you guys figure
Yeah.
out how you're gonna get it to us. You get it to us soon, and give blah 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 generic location. And we're putting a lot of money into this. I gotta move some things around to make sure that I got the cash for you guys. So we'll have everything ready. And if you screw us over, we'll kill you all dead. How does that sound?
Well, I mean, shit, that sounds like what I would have expected when dealing with the amount of product we're dealing with.
Well, that sounds fantastic then.
Okay.
Look forward to getting your good, high quality product.
Yeah, we will talk to y'all soon.
Click. I have to
So-
say,
so
it's really weird trying to do that accent while I'm listening to Mega Man music in the background.
So, how much how many U-Haul trucks y'all think we's gonna need?
Jeff is just sitting there with like his fucking hands in his head, or his head in his hands, just like, how many bales do you think you can fit in a U-Haul?
I'll
Well,
turn
shit.
now. I'll look at the three of us here in this room. I'll be like, well, I reckon at least 3.
Well, it's gonna be well over 3, dumbass. It's probably like 15.
Well, how are we gonna drive 15 trucks?
No, 15 fucking bales in one U-Haul.
God damn it, Skippy! I told you. How many bales of marijuana in one U-Haul? So if we can put 15 bales in one U-Haul,
Well, shit.
we would need 26 U-Hauls or make 26 trips.
Or we could do like a meeting of the minds there and get 3 U-Hauls, right? And
That's true.
and cut the amount of trips into a third.
So that's still almost 9 trips. That would be 9 trips, actually.
Yeah.
Across 3 states.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. That's a lot of borders to go over. That is.
it is. Maybe we get a bigger truck.
Perhaps we get a bigger truck, yeah.
I'd say either a
Right.
bigger truck or get a boat. And not a hover boat. A boat that could carry an actual decent amount of stuff.
Well, you see now, I've been in the bayou long enough. I'm pretty sure the Coast Guard is going to be more attentive to the drug smuggling people than your regular city folk cops. So I think overland would be best.
So what, like a semi?
That could work. Get ourselves a tractor trailer.
Well, tell you what. Skippy, since this is your idea, why don't you figure that out?
That sounds like a plan, I suppose.
That do sound like something y'all should figure out, yes.
It does sound like I have already established my scene.
So we'll just end this scene there then. So Tad, you have a white dice. You get to give that to someone, either me or Keegan.
Keegan is the one that's solving the problem, so Keegan gets the white dice.
Okay. So Keegan, you have a white and a black dice now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
not good for me at the end.
It's fun though. All right, Keegan, would you like to establish a scene or would you like to resolve a scene?
Well, it sounds like my scene has already been established, so I suppose that I would have to resolve it? Or would I be able to establish that because...
You could establish it. So essentially, if you establish it, you could decide who you're talking to, where you're at, what you're doing. If you don't do that, we get to decide all of that, and then you just determine how it goes. So, like, if you want to be like, how are you getting the semi-truck? Who are you talking to? How are you going to try to go about it if you're trying to get a tractor or try to get a trailer or whatever? You could either choose to establish that, or we figure that out for you.
No, I know where I'm gonna get this tractor trailer.
So you're going to establish?
Yeah. I'm a cattle rancher, so I imagine
Oh,
I need to get out of this the accent for the moment. I would imagine that semi trucks come by on a fairly regular basis to get cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
So I might be able to give someone an IOU for use of their rather large semi truck.
Okay. So go ahead and establish who are you talking to, where you're at, like all of that.
Well, I imagine that it'll be on my ranch, and I'm talking to the man that regularly gets my cattle.
So,
Okay.
Before we continue this, I did do more math. I figured out exactly how many of those bales we could fit in a U-Haul, and it's actually surprisingly it's 315, so we could almost fit all of it in the one U-Haul. Yeah.
Oh, holy crap! Okay. So yeah,
Why
actually,
does it?
a semi
Why
would
does
be
it
fine.
take? Yeah, semi would be fine. But why does it take weird scenarios like this, and all of a sudden I'm doing all kinds of math?
I don't know, man. Like you go
Honestly,
real
that's what
hard
I
for
do
the
most
real
math, too.
weird shit.
Yeah, I guess I do. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, so on my farm, the guy that is the normal one to pick up the cattle.
Okay. I'm gonna vote Tad. Play that guy.
Okay, I'll play the trucker. So what's the scene? I just pulled in. I'm getting out of my truck, and you're approaching me.
Yeah. I'll start loading cattle in. I don't know how this works in real life, so maybe we are loading cattle in.
I think normally it would be you and your ranch hands, and I'm just like the trucker. I mean, I might be watching. I'm gonna
Okay.
assume I got like I'm probably like from Texas. I got like a cowboy hat,
Nice.
and I'm
Nice. I
smoking a cigar.
respect him immediately.
There's like spurs on my boots, despite never have ridden a horse.
Right.
Jesus.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and approach. I assume the driver's side door because you're probably just sitting in your seat.
Yeah, just sitting in my seat, smoking my cigar, kind of watching through my mirrors at you all boys working.
All right, and I'll just walk up and stick my hand out and just like rest it on like the shielding for your exhaust pipes. I'll say, how's it going there?
I start rolling down the window. It's manual, so it takes me a second.
Okay.
So I roll it down and just, hey,
How's
how
it
y'all
going
doing?
We are doing pretty good. I think we got another like half hour. I don't know to load up all these cows.
Seems like an awfully long time, but I'm just here driving a truck.
It does seem like a long time, but I don't have any reference to know if that's a lot or not. So,
Well, I reckon I also don't got no reference on that, so.
how you feeling about, say, vacation here in our fine town of Sucker Creek?
He kind of takes like a long drag off his cigar, and then he kind of lets it out, and he's just kind of staring off into space, and then he looks at you, and he's just like, well, I reckon this is kind of a shithole.
It is, but I can get you.
What y'all getting me?
Marijuana.
I think you cut out, so it was just this really long pause followed by marijuana.
He did cut out, and it was like a solid 10-second pause before marijuana.
That was hilarious.
Y'all trying
It's
to
good.
ply me. It's good quality marijuana, is what you're trying to ply me with?
It's the kind of marijuana that you pay $15 a gram for.
Damn, that is some fucking high quality. That is like the upper end of the price you would normally pay per gram of marijuana.
That is what I have been told. So, all we would need for use to get you some is use of your truck for a indeterminate amount of time that it would take to get from here to Florida.
From here to Florida, across 2 state lines, you want to take my truck. Either of y'all got a CDL?
I can say those letters. CDL.
Shit. You got me there. You can say them letters. You ever drove a truck before, son?
I drove plenty of trucks.
Like semi trucks. You
Oh,
know how
no.
to
No,
drive.
absolutely not.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yeah.
Well, shit. You're more or less qualified. Probably.
That
I don't know.
that is generally what I've been told my entire life. More or
Yeah.
less qualified.
That does sound about right. I tell you what. How much of this high quality marijuana you got offering to me?
we will say, give you half a bale.
Half a bale.
Half a bale. And I am saying that without any knowledge of how much that actually is.
That's a shit ton. For one person, that is a ridiculous amount of weed.
That is a rather large amount of weed, yes.
Well, he is taking a very large risk by letting us use his semi-trailer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I say to the apparitions in my head. I'm sure the people in Florida will understand the
That's
cost.
roughly, I mean, shit, that's roughly 11,577 grams of marijuana.
God, you and the math today, man. Jesus.
That's
Maybe-
roughly
maybe
$173,655 worth of this high quality pot you're offering me. Shit, I'll take that. I can sell that and buy my own damn truck.
I may have miscalculated, but I have already said it, so...
Deal
So
has
that is
already
the
been
deal.
rocked.
I'm going to pause here. I'm pretty sure me and Tad know how this is going to go, that this is going to go positive for him.
Yeah, he just offered him almost $200,000 worth of marijuana.
Like, there's no way that goes bad. So,
Yeah, I don't even smoke pot, but if you offered me $200,000 worth of marijuana, I'd say yes. I know people who smoke it. I'll sell it.
All right. So, I choose someone to give a white die to, right?
when the scene's over, which I guess the
Yeah.
scene's kind of over.
Yeah, there's not much else. You just get the truck.
Yeah, you get the
I
truck,
will,
but yeah, you get to choose who gets the white dice.
I'll give that to Tad.
Tad,
Okay.
all right. So Tad, you have a white dice now.
What happens if at the end of the game you have 0 dice? Like no one gave you any dice.
So in the second round, you keep whatever dice you get. You don't give it away.
Okay.
So everyone will have dice.
Okay.
All right, so I guess that makes it my turn now. So we're halfway through Act 1. I'm going to go ahead and establish a scene for this, just because I want to try to get some elements in here that we haven't hit yet. So I'm going to establish a scene with Skippy.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to say after you get the truck, Jim... wait, is my name Jim?
Jeff.
Yeah, I forgot what my name was. So Jim, Jim is going to show up to the cattle ranch, and Jim is there to kind of have a conversation with Skippy about what they're going to do about laying down the fake tracks and stuff for the Bigfoot monster. Because we haven't really gotten into that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jim will show up at the cattle ranch and knock on the front door. Skippy,
All right, I
Skippy,
will.
are you here?
I will open the door. It swings out.
Oh shit! Okay, he
Yeah,
quickly jumps
I'm
back. Hey, Skippy.
Hello, Jeff.
So hey, look, I remember, a couple weeks back when we first started talking about moving Jasper's product, we talked about trying to establish some fake Bigfoot tracks and stuff. I mean, we've already been trying to spread some rumors around and stuff, but did you have any more ideas about that?
Yeah. See, I was watching this show on Discovery Channel. You see, and they were saying that the Bigfoot uses chupacabras as bloodhounds. So I'm thinking maybe Bigfoot's out hunting, and we simulate that Bigfoot and the chupacabras are in the area, potentially for people. I don't know Bigfoot's diet, but I figure it's worth a shot. That'll get a rise out of some people.
It'll get something, Skippy. It'll get something. So Jeff kind of thinks about it for a little bit, and he says, So hey, if we're trying to convince people that there's something out here, we really want to give them a good scare, right?
Well, yeah, that's the only way to.
I mean,
Convince people to
like
stress
tracks
out.
are good. Like the fake tracks that you've been making the last few weeks are fantastic. But
Thank you.
but
I appreciate your appreciation.
yeah, absolutely. But the only thing that I'm concerned about is, they're just tracks. But like, it'd be pretty easy to get some trail cameras, right?
I could muster up a few. There are people in Louisiana. Honestly, I could steal some. You go out into the woods there, and there's just, you know what? I'll go out and steal some. How about that?
I'm just thinking, like, if we put up some trail cams and, like, maybe we could get, like, a Bigfoot costume or something. And, we put those trail cams kind of nearby Jasper's
What?
farm. So that way, people know the general area and know to avoid that.
What you mean get a Bigfoot costume? How do you think I've been making them tracks?
Oh. As Jeff just stares at you for a second like, I thought you just had like a foot cast you were using. Didn't
What? No.
realize you had the whole thing. Well, that makes that easier. But yeah, what do you think about setting up some trail cameras around the grow operation to try to get some, and he does air quotes, footage of Bigfoot that we can use to scare people away before we start loading the truck up with all them bales?
Well, I think that is one of the best ideas you've ever had ever since the inception of this here grow up.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was my inception. You guys had that idea. I just kind of helped to process some paperwork and all that. That's really it. I mean, I'm just an office geek.
Well, yeah, but I just want to make it clear that I think that you are a valuable member of this organization that we have built, selling drugs.
God, I'm glad I don't have that recording. So technically, I suppose you guys should have decided if it was going to go bad or good for me before you said yes. That's the best idea you ever had. But you guys get to decide. Does that go good or bad for Jeff?
Sounds like good. Honestly, I think it might be better to just have the scenes play out. Obviously, I don't know the system or anything like that, but it seems like everything is just more or less like.
I mean, yeah, I would say if it's naturally going that direction, that's just how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, this goes bad if it's like a fun, interesting thing. So I think it's gonna be pretty obvious. But yeah, in cases where it's not obvious, then we can decide like, okay, good, bad, whatever. But.
Yeah, I think it would be best when it seems like there's a lull where we need to figure out where a scene is going. That's when we like interject. Okay, this is like the choice in the video game to hit A or B kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds good. But all right, so that's pretty much going to be that scene as he convinces you to set up trail cameras around. We'll still get to that part later. So that's a white dice for me, and I'm going to go ahead and give that to Tad. Just because he didn't get to do anything in that scene.
That's fair.
You have a white dice. And then Tad, that makes it yours to either establish or resolve.
What would there be to resolve?
Well, resolve we get to choose for you.
Okay.
And then you get to decide if it goes good or bad, whichever sounds more entertaining to you.
I think we should go on to resolving something then.
Okay. So we get to establish the scene for you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we already got the truck. We already got some trail cameras thing because we're trying to, do the whole Bigfoot fakery. I'm gonna say because we already contacted the guys in Florida.
What was we had a location. I can't remember exactly what that was.
The location was Glove Box. We still haven't figured that
Yeah.
out yet.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do for that.
Yeah.
So what's something that he's gonna have to figure out? Oh, you know what? Maybe he needs to figure out what route we're gonna take to get to Florida with all these drugs.
Yeah, because we're obviously not just going to be able to take the normal roads, especially since this is a cattle truck, so there's holes
Yeah,
in it.
and I'm not sure, but do cattle trucks have to go to way stations?
I have absolutely no idea.
We're just
I
gonna
would
say,
imagine they would.
yeah. So like, we also have to find a way to avoid way stations without cops figuring it out. So actually, it would probably be slightly complicated to get a good route going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say that we're gonna establish, because everything's been in town. So I'm gonna say Jasper's in town, and he's trying to figure out the route that he's gonna take, and maybe he's talking to somebody about that,
Okay.
like maybe a local trucker or something that you trust.
Maybe like I mean, shit. This is the South. Maybe like an old bootlegger that I know.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So, like, probably like my grandpa.
so yeah. Well, it'll be Jasper's grandpa, who's an old bootlicker that you're bootlegger. Jesus, that you're trying to have a conversation with to figure out the best route to take the truck, so you avoid any potential like officers or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, we could have it be two, like maybe my grandpa and like my dad or uncle or whatever, and then you both can.
Yeah, we'll say
Play
your
someone.
grandpa and your uncle that they used
Okay.
to do it together.
Okay, he's like the older kid.
Yeah, the firstborn.
Yeah.
So we'll say you're at your grandpa's house, like kind of run down, because he was a bootlegger, but he's also a hardcore alcoholic, so he has no money left.
Yeah, obviously. He was a bootlegger. He needed that booze.
Yeah. So, you've been there for about half an hour as he's regaled you about stories you've heard 1,800 times
Mm-hmm.
before finding
Yeah.
this. Sorry. What did you come here again for?
Well, shit, Pappy. I got a whole bunch of product I got to move, but I don't want, the fucking narcs finding out about it and getting me all in all kinds of trouble.
Oh, yeah, I understand that, son. I understand that. Where you trying to take all this to?
We're taking it down there to Florida.
To Florida?
To
That is
Florida.
a long way.
It is a long way. We got buyers down there in Florida.
So Pappy looks over to Uncle Bobby.
I am Uncle Bobby. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever take anything down to Florida?
I don't know why he's saying Florida like that, but yeah.
Or Florida, sorry. We ever take anything down to Florida?
Well, they do enjoy their moonshines.
They do. People from Florida like to party.
It's true. They got that Miami Beach.
They do got that Miami
Them
Beach.
people, all they do is party.
That's fair,
got
that's
that.
fair.
Yeah, they got that St. Petersburg.
Well, hold on now. And he stands
Here,
up.
he ain't no saint.
Pappy stands up like, you wait right here just a moment, and I'll be right back. As he goes into the bag and starts, like, rummaging around for shit. And then, like, 10 minutes later, he'll come back with, like, this, like, really old-ass road map. It's like, alright, help me out now, Bobby. What fucking road did we take?
It was, that was Brigham Road, I believe.
Brigham.
Brigham Road, huh? Now, I feel it is worth mentioning that we is taking this via semi-truck, so that it does got to be a route I can take via semi-truck.
Oh, well, gee, well, he crosses
Oh,
out
look-
like half
look-
of the map.
Look at Mr. Fancy over here, not using an old runner.
Right? Like, Bobby,
It's a lot of product.
Bobby, is it still called Jackson Road up here? They changed that name so many times. He looks back
I believe
over.
it is now Jameson.
He looks back over
Like the
at
whiskey.
Jasper, just like, we haven't actually made a run down to Florida in about 30 years?
I'll look over at Jasper, just like, I don't know why he keeps saying Florida like that. I think the booze getting to his brains.
It might be. You might be.
Listen here, you disrespectful some bitch. I've been doing this way longer than either one of y'all. If I want to call it Florida or Florida, I pick up accents as I go places, okay?
I mean, that do make sense. When we started this conversation, you did have a real good Louisiana accent, and it's mostly gone now.
I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta break character for a second. That was good. I cannot maintain accents. That's why I don't use them. And I'm also, like, down a gin and tonic, so...
That's fair.
I find it interesting that we're trying to insinuate that these are Louisiana accents. There's no way we're getting this right.
Oh yeah,
If there's
no,
anyone listening that is from Louisiana, I'm sorry.
yeah, my Louisiana accent's terrible. So.
I don't know what a Louisiana accent is. I'm just doing a silly voice.
All right, so Tad,
Yes.
so since you chose to resolve and we set the scene up for you, you get to decide, does this go well or does it go bad for Jasper?
Well, we're using an old map and old information, so I would probably say it's not gonna go great.
Okay, so you'll get a black dice from that as Pappy hands over. Yeah, this like fucking 30-year-old map. He's crossed out like half of it because he picked a whole bunch of like dirt back roads that you can't get a semi down. And he's like, this should be a good route. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, this might be a highway now, but I don't remember any cops down this road.
It would make sense. Yeah. Oh well, shit. Thanks, Pappy.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Sonny. Get the fuck out of my house.
I'm gonna.
Look over at Bobby, just like, the fuck you doing here? Why are you always in my house?
I don't got nowhere else to go, Pappy.
All right.
Burn down my house with the still. You seen our old bat?
All right, so that's that scene. So you get to give the black dice to someone now.
I give the black dice.
Yeah, because we're still in Act 1.
Yeah, I don't have to. That doesn't do that to me. You still don't have a die, do you?
I do not.
Okay, you'll get a black die then.
All right, so one black die for me.
Because you played Pappy and you gave me the bad information.
That is fair. All right, so Keegan, now you get to choose whether to establish or resolve.
Let's resolve one.
Okay, so Tad, me and you get to determine what scene he's gonna do.
Okay.
We did establish that he was going to try to get some trail cameras.
Yeah, we established that. We also established that he does have the truck.
Yep.
I think we could combine these two and say, because he's never actually drove a semi before, he's going to try to drive the semi to town to get the cameras.
Okay. Yeah, so he's trying to get some practice in, and then he's going to actually like try to get the trail cameras, because stealing them is kind of, no offense, Keegan, kind of a dumb idea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Also, Skippy wanted to steal them. Skippy is not a bright man.
No, so we'll say Skippy probably spent a couple hours in the woods until we realized, shit, trail cameras are camouflaged.
Yeah. Oh shit! These are specifically made not to see them.
Damn it! I gotta go to town. All right. So, do we want to start him off just on the road, or do we want to start him off at like wherever? Like, I guess like the fucking Dick's Sporting Goods. He's gonna try to buy the trail cameras from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe like a Bass Pro Shop.
Ooh, yeah, I like the Bass Pro Shop better.
Yeah.
All right, so Skippy is pulling into a Bass Pro Shop parking lot with a fucking semi-truck, a cattle semi-truck that you parked like jackknifed across like half the parking lot because you don't really exactly know how to back this thing up properly.
Sounds about right.
And then
you're like missing gears and shit as you're trying to pull in.
It's just a whole bunch of grinding sounds.
And yeah, then you go inside to try to find some trail cameras.
All right. Do they immediately yell at me for not having a shirt on?
Yes. If you're walking in there without a shirt, like, sir, I'm sorry, but there's a sign, and he points to a sign at the door that says no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Is that what that says?
Oh, God, yes,
I'm
sir.
just messing with you.
Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay, all right.
I had you going, though.
You did, sir, you did. And he looks behind you at the semi that you parked. Could you move that to the back of the parking lot, sir?
If I do, will I have to wear a shirt?
You'll still have to wear a shirt, yes, sir.
Oh, that sounds like not a fair trade to me.
It's not meant to be a trade, sir.
Well, I suppose since you are asking me so nicely, I will attempt to move the truck.
What do you mean attempt, sir?
I am not proficient in semi-trailers. In return, I would appreciate it if you could fetch me a shirt. I will continue to stand there until he either nods or shakes his head in the affirmative or the negative.
He's just gonna be like, you'll have to pay for the shirt, sir.
Well, I didn't say I was gonna steal it. I just said you had to fetch it for me.
Any preferences, sir?
One that is easily terrible.
What does that mean, sir?
That is not your concern. It will be in my shirt when I tear it.
All right, I'll go get you a terrible shirt, sir. And he just rushes off.
I will go attempt to move the truck.
He will immediately grab his manager.
All right.
Tad, Mr. Manager.
Okay. I see you walk over, and I'm just like, hey son, what's going on?
Oh, well, I need to go move the truck like your fine employee.
No, I went off to get the manager.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring him to you.
Oh.
Yeah, you're moving the truck. Get out there.
Oh, okay. I'm doing that then.
Sir,
Vroom, vroom.
Yes.
there's a shirtless man in a cattle truck who wants me to get him a terrible shirt. Not terrible like bad, but something he can rip.
Well, shit. Our shirts are made out of cloth. They're all terrible.
Okay.
We're you gonna pay for it?
He said he was gonna pay for it, yes, sir.
Okay. What size was he?
Yeah, he was big.
Okay, we'll give him the 2XL. I grab a shirt off the rack and I just kind of randomly went to Bass Pro Shop and looked up shirts. So it's a shirt that has a duck on it, and it says, "I may be handsome, but I have a foul mouth." And I hand that to you, and I'm like, "All right, give him that, and I'll come over and just assess how you're treating the customer."
Okay.
Assess how you're treating the customer.
Well, he's clearly a teenager.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know at what point is the resolve, him parking the truck correctly or him getting the damn trail cameras. Because I gotta imagine getting the trail cameras easy because you just buy it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess it's if he makes like a mess in the parking lot. But Keegan, you get to decide how that goes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I kind of went into this expecting it to go poorly.
Okay,
So
like,
how does it go poorly, Keegan?
Oh boy.
As you're trying to correct your parking job on the truck.
I mean, how poorly do you want it to go?
Well, let me think. I'm probably gonna cause some property damage.
Okay, that's fair.
Like you know those like the signs that they have in parking lots where it's just like stop even though there's no one walking or something like that. Just like a few of those are like knocked over.
Okay,
Nice.
you knock over a few stop signs. Maybe you take out a fence.
Yeah.
So draw a lot of attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, so yeah, you managed to get it parked after hitting a whole bunch of shit. There's so many people like watching and looking at you, a couple people like on the phone.
I will after I feel like I have parked it as best I can. I will hop out and I will wave to the fine people.
Well,
And
son,
I'll
go give him that shirt.
sort of just stand there looking at the people that are filming me.
So the kid will like kind of rush out like, "Sir,
Yes.
I got you that shirt."
Or would you like to say hi to the audience? I do not know why they are filming me. I do not appreciate it, but I understand that this is a free country and they are able to do so.
Yes, sir. Is there anything that we can help you with?
I would like to purchase some trail cams, yes.
Oh, okay, we have those inside, sir.
Is that my shirt?
It is your shirt, sir. If you'd like, here you go. I'll ring it up for you when you get the cameras.
Oh, well, this is a fantastic shirt. I don't think I'm even going to tear this one.
The manager picked that out for you, sir.
Well, I will need to thank him personally for this fantastic shirt.
All right, sir. He's
And
the
I
one who's
will-
watching
I
me in
will-
there.
I will put it on over my straw hat.
God, all right.
And I will proceed to walk inside.
All right. Do we want to actually play out him buying the trail cameras, or just leave the scene there?
I think we can just skip to him
Okay.
about the trail cameras.
Okay. With the scene being that he brought a bunch of attention to himself. All right. So that gives you a black dice that you get to give to someone now.
All right. You're probably the lowest on dice, right?
Yep.
Jesse? Yeah. There you go. You have it.
I gotta tell you, the shirts they sell at Bass Pro Shops, exactly the kind of shirts you would expect them to sell.
That
It is
really doesn't
100%.
surprise me.
It is 100% on brand.
All right. So that's it for Act 1.
Oh boy.
And
It's
so
going down.
yes, so I'm going to share a link with you guys now. This is for the actual Fiasco core book, and I want you guys to go to page 57. So how this works is there's a specific tilt table. It's very similar to the tables that you roll at the start of the game, but there's only like 6 categories. So first, only 2 people are going to pick something from this table. So first of all, Keegan, how many dice do you have? Keegan?
Sorry, I was eating a Kit Kat. I believe I just have the 2, unless I missed one.
All right, and is it black and white?
Yes.
All right. So yeah,
Do
we
we all
used.
have 2 dice?
Yes, we do.
I think we all have to, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because the way this works is we used half the dice, which means that there's 6 dice left over.
Okay.
So what's going to happen now? So for me and Tad, we're going to roll our dice combined.
Okay.
So just roll 2d6.
Doesn't matter what color they are.
Well, you have all white, I have all black. So
Oh, okay. That's fair.
so I have 6 black, you have 11 white. Now, Keegan, roll 1d6 twice. The first one will be black, and the second one will be white. So 2 black and 5 white. So how this works is you subtract the lowest number from the highest number. So you had 2 black, 5 white. That means your total score is 3 white. 3 white, specifically. This is going to matter for the aftermath because we do the same exact thing for the aftermath. That's why it's good to have dice of one color, because you have to subtract the opposite dice from each other. So Keegan, since you got the lowest, you're not going to be involved with this. The person who rolled the highest white dice and the person who rolled the highest black dice get to choose tilt elements. So Tad, so we used half the dice out of the 12 dice that we had. We have 2 split between all of us. That leaves 6 dice on the table. So if you want to roll 66 again.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Now, do you want to do me a favor and write that on the table again? Because we got 1, 6, 5, 5, 2, 3. So everything except 4.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do this. So 1, 6, 5, 5, 2, 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just go first with this. So just like before, we can pick a general and then we can pick a specific. We're gonna use all of these dice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these 5s to pick the general category of paranoia.
Okay, just cross it out with the thing, because I don't think we can delete them individually.
Yeah.
So you went with paranoia.
Yep.
And then...
You can either pick a general or you could pick the detail for paranoia.
Okay. Let me compare here. So I have everything but 4 again.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with another general.
Okay.
I'm gonna use our only one and go with mayhem.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So you're using mayhem. I'm going to use the 3 to do a detail for mayhem. A dangerous animal, perhaps metaphorically, get loose.
Okay.
And then once we finish picking these elements, we'll talk about how all this works into the story, and then go into Act 2.
Okay.
All right.
So now I pick.
So you can either give a detail for the paranoia or pick another general.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to. I'm going to use the 2 to pick in paranoia what seems like dumb luck isn't things are afoot.
Okay. And then we got a 6 and a 5, so I will use the 6 to pick the general category of failure. And so you get to use this as a wild dice now. So you don't have to pick 5. But you can either... It would be better if you pick a detail for failure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Wow, these could all lead to some fun shit.
Yes, they could.
So I'm gonna cross 4 out right now because it's not a good plan. So, I think I think I'm gonna go with one actually, a stupid plan executed to perfection.
Okay. All right. So now we can talk about how this works. So our big things were what seems like dumb luck isn't. Things are afoot. A stupid plan executed to perfection, and then a dangerous animal gets loose. So here's what I'm gonna say: the paranoia and the failure, I think, work together really well. A stupid plan executed to perfection. What seems like dumb luck isn't. Things are afoot. So the stupid plan is executing well because something's happening.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something wants us to get this done correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could tie that in even further, and the dangerous animal could be the something that's happening, and it could be the Sucker Creek Beast wants us to sell this marijuana.
It's sick and tired of the 2 square miles of fucking weed just growing.
It used to graze there, and it can't anymore. It's all fucking weed.
So we're gonna say that Bigfoot wants this to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going into Act 2 with the idea that Bigfoot is secretly working behind the scenes to try to make this go. What's funny is usually the tilt is how things go bad.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be great that Bigfoot is working behind the scenes to get us to it.
Yeah, no, probably not. It's probably not great. No. It's probably worse for me working with the cops.
Probably.
I get a feeling that's what's going to happen. So give me 1 second. I'm not going to like switch us to the break thing or pause or anything, but I need to use the restroom. And then we'll get into Act 2, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So we're going to take a break, but we're not going to actually go into break. It's only going to be for like a minute or two. But I'll be back.
We're taking a half break.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is going just great.
Oh yeah, it's going swimmingly.
Oh man, I have the highest amount of dice right now.
Yeah, you do.
I think that's good for me.
It probably is.
Yeah, this was a good choice. The first hour of the stream was something, but I'm enjoying this part. This is great.
Yeah, it took a little to figure out, but also I will say, going through the Bass Pro Shops shirts, I'll give them credit. Not one Confederate flag so far.
It's nice.
A lot of American flags, but that's fine.
I'd assume, yeah. I was really hoping you were going to choose a stupid plan executed with perfection. That sounds great to me.
Yeah. I mean, it made the most sense. Our plan was stupid.
Oh, it's a terrible plan. Magnificent self-destruction. I really, reading through these things is, I love every one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I should have gave you this shirt.
Number 6 in guilt is showdown.
This shirt is family, faith, friends, flag, firearms. 5 things you don't mess with. That's the one you should have got.
Oh man, all the people are getting a look into what happens when we actually go to break, where it's just dead silence for
Yeah,
like 4 to 5 minutes as Jesse does whatever he's doing.
yeah, we're
Excuse
just
me?
quiet.
Look, I just got back.
We were
I-
saying that the audience gets to see what happens when we go on break, which is mostly just dead silence until you get back.
Is that actually what happens?
For the
Generally,
most
yeah.
part, yeah.
Oh, well, geez.
Sometimes I go pee too.
Yeah, generally we're all like we like stop playing for the time, and then I think most of us just start looking at memes. That's what I do mostly.
I mean, that's
I mean,
fair.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bass Pro Shop shirts right now, so
Which is a meme, so
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
All right, so we're getting into Act 2 now. Just remember, so Act 2 is going to have 6 scenes also. And we don't have to, like, get, like, the full conclusion of the story, because there is an aftermath that kind of explains that. But this gives us kind of an idea for pacing, that we do want to wrap the story up as best we can within 6 scenes. Which is more important for, like, the final 3. The other thing to remember, which I forgot to mention this, but it worked out perfectly, because we gave out 3 white dice and 3 black dice. So
Yeah.
you have 6 white dice and 6 black dice. Those are the only dice you can give away. So, like, for this next part, we have 3 white dice and 3 black dice left on the table.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so if we give out all black dice for these next 3 scenes, then the final 3 scenes have to be white dice.
Oh, okay.
The other thing to remember is with Act 2, you do not give these dice away. You keep these dice, and you add them to the dice that you have.
Okay.
All right. I think you add them. Whatever, I'll figure that out. But all right, so we'll go with me since that's the turn order. Since everyone else did it, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to choose to resolve, so you fuckers get to decide what my scene is.
That's fair.
All right. You good?
Yeah, made the second one a little too strong. Oh shit! All right.
I mean, it sounds like he's gonna need to get that recording device in that truck somehow.
Yeah, it does sound like he has to get that recording device in the truck.
So, is he gonna have to like sneak up to Skippy's house or something to like stealthily get into the glove box, or is he just gonna like? He's gonna have to sneak it in there. So
Yeah, he definitely isn't going to want us to know he put something in the glove box. So probably yeah, it's like maybe the middle of the night, and you're trying to sneak the thing into the glove box.
Okay.
And then how do we add tension to the scene though? Does Skippy catch you?
Well, that's up to. I guess that's actually up for me to decide what happens because I'm resolving
that's true,
it.
Yeah.
All right, so this probably actually might be a relatively short scene then.
Yeah.
So all right, so we're on Skippy's cattle farm. It's the middle of the night, and I'm trying to sneak up to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna say. So yeah, I'm gonna sneak up to the truck. Like he's trying to act all like ninja stealthy and everything. Which by that he's just wearing one of his black dress shirts instead of his white dress shirt because he doesn't own anything else. And he's wheezing from the asthma from like trying to like crouch and run from like spot to spot. Realizing this is a fucking cattle ranch that doesn't have like good tree cover. But he's gonna get up to the truck, like get up to like the passenger side or whatever, and like try to open it up and get in there. And I'm gonna actually give myself a black dice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that he is going to. Would this thing have like a car alarm?
I would imagine trucks would have something like that. Alternatively, if you want to keep going with like the bumbling thing, As you're getting in the cab, you slip, and the only thing you grab to catch yourself is the horn.
Yes, yeah, because it's a pole horn, and he has no idea
Yeah.
what the fuck that thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying to get in there, and he's just like, oh, good, there's a convenient like little rope thing here I can grab, and just fucking pulls the goddamn truck horn. And I imagine this thing is parked relatively close to the house.
Oh, absolutely.
So Skippy's just in bed, and you just hear the from the truck outside.
Oh, it's time.
Mhm.
So Skippy inside is. Have you guys ever seen that infomercial of the what is it? The headboard that is a
Gun safe?
safe. Yeah, he just
Yep.
slaps his hands up, pulls the shotgun out, and then he's going to dive through his window, and you're just going to hear shotgun cocking. Just like, oh, it's time now.
Jim's just gonna like jump out of the passenger seat. Just like, wait, Skippy, it's me, it's Jim.
Who's Jim? I don't know no Jim.
Yes, your lawyer friend, Jim.
Nah, Jeff wouldn't say his name's Jim. He wouldn't do that. Who is you?
Wait, was my name not Jim?
It was Jeff.
You named my lawyer. He's not my lawyer.
I mean,
The guy
Jeff.
I know's named Jeff. I don't know no Jim. Who's Jim? Who you?
Jim's my nickname. Damn it! I told you that a long time. It's Jeff. It's Jeff. It's Jasper's lawyer.
Jeff, I thought I was going to get to shoot somebody on my property, and here you is, being a person I don't want to shoot. What you doing?
Well, you know, I was just I came over to check out the truck that you got. You know.
It's awful late.
Well, yeah, of course it's late. We can't have me showing up to your cattle farm all the time. That's going to look suspicious. So I came in the middle of the night so people wouldn't see me come.
It looks fairly suspicious that you have showed up in the middle of the night. From my perspective.
That is a fair point, Skippy. That is a very fair point. You know, now that I think about it, you make a lot of sense. I'm not as adept at this as you and Jasper.
At thinking, because I don't do that a whole lot.
No,
when I do, it works out pretty well.
At crime stuff. Anyway, this is a great truck you got. I think this should be perfect. It's got a loud horn.
It does. This, and I'm gonna start just every time that I'm mentioning something, I'm just going to point the shotgun at it.
As long as you're pointing it at the truck.
Well, if I mention towards you, but yeah, this is a good truck. This is a Mack, as you can see by looking at the front.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it is a good truck. But yeah, I'll just have you close that door there. If you would like to converse more, I shall go put on some pants.
He closes the door and he's just like, you know, it's late. I should probably let you get back to sleep. I'll just get going, Skippy.
It is fairly cold out. I will just say.
Yeah. Sorry for waking you up. And he just turns around and walks away with the recording device still in his pocket, not in the truck.
You have a nice night there, Jim, Jeff, whatever's you called.
It's Jimothy Jeffries. It's fine. All right. So that's my scene. I failed to get the recording device in the truck, so I have to figure out something else.
Okay.
All right, Tad, establish a resolve. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I got my dice, yeah. So.
Yeah. I feel like I established one thing and then I resolved one thing.
You still have 2 scenes left.
So I might as well. I could establish another thing, but I'm not sure what we would establish.
Well, remember, we still have to actually move stuff. So right now we have 5 scenes
That's
left
true.
of Act 2.
Okay.
And remember, we also
So-
have Bigfoot running around in the woods.
That is also true. Fuck it. Do we want to establish how Bigfoot is going to help us sell this marijuana?
Sure. How is Bigfoot helping us with our drug operation?
I mean, I have 2 ideas on how we could go with this. Number 1 would be somehow Bigfoot knows about the FBI agents, so he takes care of that.
Bigfoot is a metaphysical being. He probably knows.
That is true. Number 2 is Bigfoot just loads the truck while we're sleeping.
I like the idea of Bigfoot trying to deal with the FBI situation.
Okay.
But how does that involve Jasper?
Well, you're the
That
one
is
who
a-
has the final say in this, but maybe the FBI agents are actually trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
They could be in your like butcher shop or something like that.
Like
Yeah.
they're investigating you, and then something ends up happening to them. Maybe at the end of it, we get to decide that though, since you're establishing. We get to decide what happens, but I think we
Yeah,
know
that's
what's
true.
going to happen.
So yeah, I guess I'm in my butcher shop, and they come in just to like just to talk to me, see if they can get anything out of me as I'm like and like buy some meat as like a cover or whatever.
Okay, Tad, what was the FBI agent's name that you were using?
John Winterson.
John Winterson. All right. So John and Marcus will walk into the butcher shop.
So the little bell rings above the door to let me know someone comes in. I come out of the back, and I'm just kind of like wiping my hands on my apron. I'm like, "Howdy, y'all! Y'all looking for some prime cuts of meat?"
He just he walks around a little bit, kind of just looking around at stuff. It's a nice place you got here.
Yeah, it is. I've worked very hard for it.
Where do you get your meat from?
Well, I own a hog farm myself, and one of my good friends, he done owns a cattle farm. And, I buy off him, and then I slaughter my own stock to sell in this here store.
Oh, nice. So from farm to butchery, huh?
So this is all locally sourced meat, is what you're telling me.
That is correct. This is all local. No, additives. This is the freshest meat you can find in this town, especially because I'm the only butcher.
He's got a point. He is the only butcher we checked.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You said you had a hog farm, huh?
Yeah, I do got me a hog farm.
No, I imagine that's probably pretty close if you got a butcher shop out here.
Yeah, it's on the outskirts. It's a bit of a drive.
Oh, yeah, I gotta imagine. How much land you got?
Oh, hogs, they's pretty happy with, just a little bit of land. You don't need too much land to farm for hogs, you just throw them in a mud pit and they're pretty happy, so. I
you
got
just
a good
need
bit
like
of
a
land.
singular pen.
Yeah, you need like a pen, a place to give them food, and, they'll wallow in their own shit, shit like that. They don't care.
You clean up the pigs for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So these aren't
Yeah, we run them
free-range
all.
pigs.
Well, they're not free range, no. They do stay in the pen, but they're very
Well,
happy
if-
pigs.
If they were free range pigs, then they might turn into feral hogs. And
Well,
That
I mean,
is true, and
okay,
I-
but you can have free range inside of a fence, Marcus.
You can.
well, I'd just be concerned about 30 to 40 feral hogs showing up someplace.
I
So-
do have 30 to 40 pigs, and if they went feral, I would need an assault rifle to take
So-
care of them.
So
Damn liberals won't let me have it.
John's gonna like get a little close to Marcus and whisper in his ear, "You're not helping."
We're doing the good cop, bad cop thing, aren't we? I thought we agreed on that before we walked in.
We didn't agree on anything. We just walked in here. I didn't think that
Oh, I
far
must
ahead.
have-
Did you?
I must have imagined that. I'm sorry.
I get the feeling that you've done something similar to this multiple times in a variety of different ways.
It concerns me that you seem to know about my life.
Side note for anybody watching or listening, Marcus is a character that he uses for like almost every one shot, and it's a continuation, so the character knows that he's involved in one shots.
Yeah, Marcus has been in very many worlds in very, very many different situations, and none of them have worked out for him. This man is traumatized, but he's so desensitized to it that
Yeah,
he just doesn't care.
he's died in most of them. So
So
Horribly, most of the time.
John's gonna look at Jasper and he's just be like, "What's your name again?"
my name's Jasper. Jasper Anderson. I think I decided was my last name.
Yeah, I don't remember half the shit either. I don't remember Jeff's. I didn't even remember his name was Jeff.
That's true. You keep calling him Joe.
Yeah. So John's gonna just kind of nod a little bit. He's just like, all right. And if I wanted to visit your farm, just to see, the quality of the animals that you serve here, is that something I could do?
Yeah, I hear you're a man all about quality, so.
I do offer a quality product. I tell you fellers what, I'm looking here to go on my lunch break here soon. If y'all want to head on up, you can meet me at address.
Address.
John will nod and just be like, that sounds good. What do you think, Marcus? Should we go meet him at address here?
I think that sounds like a good rest of my day.
All right. I'm going to pause here and just say, Keegan, do we want to give him a white dice?
Yeah. Let's have Bigfoot do something.
Yeah. So
Is Bigfoot gonna murder 2 FBI agents?
I think so. I think that's about to
That
happen.
seems like it. Yeah. So do I add that white dice to the other 2 white die I had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
So-
Keegan, why do you have 3 white dice?
Oh, okay. Never mind. I see.
Yeah, your
understand
total
what it
was
is
3
now.
white, but you still keep the dice that you had because you had 1 black and 1 white.
Okay, I didn't realize that's what we were writing down there.
Yeah. All right. So I guess they'll start. Well, we get to choose the resolution, but I still want to work with you with that. So, do we want them to meet him at that actual spot, or do we want a situation where, like, the FBI agents are, like, down one of the backcountry roads making his way to the farm when, like, something, like, jumps out in front of him? Because Tad's character, Jasper, doesn't know that Bigfoot's helping him.
That is
that's
true.
fair.
I am unaware of the
kind-
help from Bigfoot.
I kind of like the idea of they're just driving down the road and Bigfoot just fucking body checks their to like a gorge.
He just fucking rams into the side and they flip over into a ditch and fucking like drown or some shit. Yeah, I like that. Jasper, I guess wherever that address would be, he's waiting around for a while, but the FBI, or he doesn't know they're FBI agents, probably has like a weird feeling about them. They never show up.
Yeah, the 2 out-of-towners never show up.
Yeah, the 2 outsiders never show up. You hear maybe off in the distance what sounds like a crash, but you're not sure.
Okay.
So I guess we'll say that's the scene.
Yeah, Jasper would wait there his entire break and then go back to
Yeah.
the butcher shop.
All right, Keegan, establish or resolve.
I would like to establish. Oh wow, that's really light. I would like to establish that I am going out and getting them pictures of Bigfoot.
Oh,
doing his
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, the trail cameras in your Bigfoot costume.
Does he get a picture of Bigfoot body checking the car into the gorge?
We'll say accidentally. Like he put up a
Okay.
trail camera there because he's planning on doing something in front of it eventually. So there was a trail camera there, and he's not even going to remember because he was so drunk while he was taking these pictures.
It's true. That's the only way you can really sell the Bigfoot.
Yeah, and I like the idea
look.
that we don't know Bigfoot's helping. Like, we shouldn't know. We should
Yeah.
not learn
No.
this.
Well, your character's the only one who knows that there's FBI agents after us. So
That's true.
Yeah.
if we see on a trail cam a fucking Bigfoot body check a car down into a gorge, we're just gonna be like, that damn Bigfoot just killed 2 people.
All right, so Keegan, what exactly is the scene? Where are you at? What are you doing?
Well, I imagine that Skippy is gonna wait for a day where his ranch hands, aren't there, and he's gonna suit up in his Bigfoot suit and
As you do.
go out. Yeah, go out into the woods and start just frolicking in front of the fucking cameras that he set up.
Okay, so what sort of things are you doing in front of the camera?
You know the typical Bigfoot walking picture.
Yeah, with the swaying arms and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. Maybe some things where it's less of me walking by and more of me like just hitting stuff with like sticks and rocks.
Okay.
I imagine that I'll just keep doing that until I get heat stroke.
All right, so Tad.
Okay.
So we've got, because I took a black dice, you took a white, or you got a white dice.
Yeah.
So we have 2 black and 2 white left. Do we want this to go good or bad? Because if it goes good, he just succeeds at what he does. I don't know how it could go bad. The only thing I could think of is if Bigfoot gets pissed.
Well, he said right in his description, until he gets heat stroke.
That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, Keegan, take a black dice.
Yeah.
All right.
You get heat stroke.
You... here's what I'm gonna say, because we're resolving this, and correct me if like you don't like how this is going, but I'm gonna say like you start doing that and you push yourself till you get heat stroke and you end up like kind of half passing out and you think that you see Bigfoot like walking past you, like looking at you weird inside your suit. But yeah, you get heat stroke and you wake up several hours later just out of it with a massive headache and stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna have to drink so much to get rid of this, and it's just gonna come back in the morning.
Alrighty, so that leaves us with 1 black dice and 2 white dice. And I believe that brings it back to me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so now we're in the final 3 scenes, so we do want to start like moving this in the direction of a resolution. God, what do I want to do? Do I want to establish or do I want to resolve? Well, I just did a resolve, so I guess I'll establish for my last scene. What the fuck am I gonna establish? Okay, so Jeff is gonna show up at Skippy's cattle ranch after he wakes up from heat stroke, and he's gonna like call over Jasper to show up. I'm going to say that Jeff tried getting a hold of the FBI agents to tell him that planting the recording device didn't work, but he can't get a hold of anybody. Like he can't like reach them. And he's just like, oh shit, like I'm on my own right now. If I don't do this, I'm going to jail. So he's trying to like rush things along. Like he's like, hey, we gotta. So he gets them together, and he's like, hey, you know, we gotta start getting this moving, guys. We gotta pack up all this stuff. We gotta go to Jasper's farm, get this stuff loaded up, and start making our way to those buyers. So we're outside the cattle farm with the cattle truck, the 3 of us, our main characters, and yeah, Jeff's just gonna be like, hey, so you know we got most everything together. I mean, Skippy, you know, he put out the videos of Bigfoot. I uploaded them online. It's going all crazy over Facebook. This is probably the best opportunity we have to start loading this truck up with the product and moving it.
How many likes we got?
We're up to 73.
Oh shit!
Which is like
God.
3/4 of the population of this town.
73.
Shit, that's more than
Boy.
people like my butcher shop page.
Boys, we almost famous.
We are.
I'll
We're
tell you
almost
what.
at 100. Like, come on, guys. We're doing it. We're doing
Yeah,
it.
we get this money. I tell you what, I'm gonna buy a camera,
Oh shit, a real one?
a real one.
Oh, one that
Now-
doesn't need to be mounted on a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean those are the cameras that I prefer, but
Yeah.
I figure when I am rich and successful, that I will find a hobby. You know, I think that I have spent the last 67 years of this life.
Yeah. Damn, you're 67?
I have a great moisturizing cream.
Holy
Shit,
shit,
okay.
Skippy. Jesus.
Mhm.
As Jeff just thinks to himself, man, the Coke really aged me.
Mhm.
Jeff's 21.
So Jeff's gonna just say, all right, so we should get to Jasper's farm, start loading the product up. I'm thinking maybe I should check the back of this truck because we got a whole lot of holes in here, that you can see through. Maybe I should like put up some like tarp or something on the inside just so it's not so easy to see inside.
Yeah, I
yeah.
got tarps that we use whenever we are birthing cows. So I will get you some tarps. I will
Yeah.
go and get some tarps.
Are they clean? Are they clean,
May-
Skippy? Are they clean?
I
Maybe
hit
hose
them
down.
hit 'em with the hose
Yeah, that's all I
Okay.
need.
every so often.
Okay, thank you.
Cattle birth is natural. It won't hurt you.
Hey, Jasper, do you want to go back to your farm and start getting stuff ready, and then we'll take the truck over there?
Yes, I will go back to my farm and start gathering up the many bales of marijuana I have to push.
Sounds fantastic. Great.
Jasper drives to his farm.
Okay. Once you get him the tarps, Jeff is just going to be like, all right, I'm going to start putting these up. Is there anything you need to get before we go to Jasper's?
Well, Neil, I aside from most likely getting some fuel along the way, I believe we were all set. Oh, you know what? I should probably grab my shotgun.
You should absolutely grab your shotgun.
I'm gonna go grab my shotgun.
While he's grabbing his shotgun, Jeff is going to attempt to plant the recording device like in the corner of the truck bed behind one of the tarps that he just like kind of bolted up to cover the holes.
All right.
You
And
guys
I guess,
can
yeah,
decide
that's
if
the
that's
point where
yeah. You guys can decide how good that goes. Because it can go one of two ways. Because it's like, that could be a decent hiding spot. It could be obvious that it's there. It's also probably not a great place to put a recording device in the trailer of a truck.
Yeah, I see that going a couple ways. Number one, you're not gonna hear anything from it. Number two, going down like back roads and shit, that's just gonna fall out of the trailer.
Yeah. There's a very good likelihood of that.
so it sounds like you're getting another black die.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not good at this.
No.
Alrighty. So he's up to 4. So yeah, he's gonna put it back there. He like sets it behind the tarp near one of the slots in the near the bottom. Like he doesn't think to like tape it. Like he uses Scotch tape. He puts it against the side of the trailer with Scotch tape. Like, yeah, this should be fine. I think this should be fine.
So
Scotch.
as you finish taping it, Skippy's just gonna walk back in. You ever shot a 12 gauge shotgun before?
As he quickly like looks up, like, no, I can't say I have, Skippy.
See, I got me some bird shot in here. It won't kill a man unless I'm real close. Even then, probably not, but it'll hurt a lot. I hear there's a guy named Dick Cheney knows all about that.
Yep. I had some friends who were thinking about trying to represent him until they realized they didn't need to.
Yeah, he is a very powerful man that I would not suggest crossing. Otherwise, he may shoot you with birdshot.
But
like what I have loaded in this gun.
Yep. So Jasper is heading to his farm to start getting things ready. You wanna, me and you take the truck over there and start getting this taken care of?
Oh, well, I suppose that we are just about all set.
Alrighty. And then, yeah, he'll jump in the passenger seat.
All right. Well, I will not be able to drive while holding this shotgun, so I will hand this to you, good friend.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I am handing this to you because I trust you as a valued member of this organization.
God damn it. Are we still at the back of the truck? As he's just like, God damn it. God damn it, shut the fuck up, Skippy! But yeah, so that would probably end this scene. So that was actually the last black dice, so it's only white dice now.
Oh, okay. So we can only succeed from here on out.
Yeah, so we only have 2 scenes left, the next scene being Tad. So Tad, would you like to establish, or would you like to resolve?
I think we should resolve him going back to get everything ready for the truck.
That was a really weird way to say that. So are you establishing that he's going back to get things for the truck, or do you want us to resolve the scene, or do you want to resolve the scene and we set it up for you?
I feel like that it got established during that last scene, so now we just got to resolve it. So I would have you guys resolve it. If that makes sense.
Well, if you choose to resolve, you're the one resolving it. If we resolve it, you're the one establishing it.
I'm confused.
Do you want us to set the scene up for you, or do you want to set the scene up? We already kind of established it, but how do you want to go about it?
You guys go ahead and set it up.
Okay, all right. So you get back to your farm. I imagine you probably already have all the bales set up.
That would make sense, yeah.
So you probably have to, I want to work Bigfoot into this.
Don't we all?
Well, he probably has them set up in like a barn or something like that. Maybe every time that he goes into the barn to get a bale, there's just suspiciously one in the perfect spot for it. Like someone is setting these up for him, but he's just grabbing them, just like, I guess so.
Well, I mean, we already know it's going to work out well for him, so yeah, that'll work. So yeah, you're on your farm trying to roll the bales out to a more accessible location, and you had the bales all scattered in the back of the barn. But every time you go in, there's a bale just right by the fucking doors.
Well, shit, that is convenient. I don't remember putting that there, but it's very helpful, and I'm flattered.
And you're flattered. I guess that doesn't really leave a whole lot for a scene, does it?
Not really, no.
Does
Bigfoot understand English?
I would say so, yeah. He's smart enough to know to kill FBI agents so you can sell drugs, so he knows English.
True, yeah.
I mean, that sounds like the scene.
I'm going to say, though, that while you're doing that and getting everything ready, obviously part of that scene is we show up and we start loading it in as the three of us get ready to leave. I'm going to say, just to make things kind of interesting, while you got everything loaded up, after we get all the bales in there, like we start talking about where we need to go, and he sneaks into the back.
Bigfoot sneaks into the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Just so that way he's available for the final scene.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bigfoot's hiding in all the pot.
All the weed, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna get so high.
Oh, yeah.
So much contact high. But yeah, so Tad, yeah, you have the other white dice from that, and then that leaves it with Keegan.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Final scene.
It seems like it has to be established that we drive, or I specifically drive to Florida.
All right, so establish a scene either on the way to Florida or when we get to Florida. How do you want to do this? Because we know that we don't have great information on where we're going, but we also know that Bigfoot kind of took care of the FBI for us.
Mhm.
So do you want us to run into something on the way there, or do you want us to get to Florida and have us, like, the final scene being us, like, offloading and trying to cut a deal?
I kind of want it to be offloading to cut a deal.
Okay. Well, you're establishing, so you get to pick all that.
All right. So yeah, we have just pulled into like this big dockside warehouse where there's a bunch of Floridians that are expecting like $150 million worth of weed. Whether or not Bigfoot is still in there, I don't know. I don't know if Bigfoot is a master of stealth enough to the point where he can
Hold
hide
on.
in an empty trailer.
Hold on. Bigfoot has managed to avoid real concrete evidence for a very long time. I imagine
That's
as they're
true,
trying
yeah.
to offload the bales, he sneaks out.
That's fair.
Yeah. No
He
one's
just
seen.
runs down the Florida coast.
No one's got a clear look at a Bigfoot in ever. So
If there's any
think at one
ninja
point-
of the natural world, it's Bigfoot.
it's Bigfoot. But I do think like at one point while we're unloading, we're just like, y'all see that brown flash? Just like hop out the trailer.
I don't remember loading it, but I think someone stole my Bigfoot costume.
Well, shit.
when
who
you
needed
guys
that?
when you guys start mentioning that, did you guys see that coming out of the trailer? Jeff is just instantly going to be like, what? And then you're like, that big brown flash is like, oh yeah, no, I don't know.
Mhm.
As you guys are offloading too, he's gonna like kind of check as he's like pretending to help and be like, fuck, where did it go?
What are you talking about? It's all in there.
Yeah, nope,
Yeah.
everything we need is right here, that's for sure. As he just pulls off like the little tiny piece of scotch tape left.
Mhm.
Yep,
Mhm.
this is great. Yep, everything we needed, guys. This is awesome.
Yep.
I'm so glad I'm here to share it with you, too.
Yeah, there's tens
We-
of millions of dollars of drugs here.
We are so rich right now, assuming that the rest of this goes well, which I feel like it is predetermined to do so.
All right, so Keegan,
I
keep
is
going.
well.
It's your scene.
I will approach my friends that I long ago. Hello, my friends from Florida that I called so long ago.
I mean, it was only
I
like
have-
4 days ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it was less than a week.
Was it? I had that heat stroke, you remember? And
Huh.
Shit, Skippy, this
My
is like
head
the
hurts.
7th time you've had heat stroke this year.
you'd
Mhm.
think I would be used to it by now, but
You live in
you
Louisiana.
think.
You gotta know. You gotta stay hydrated.
You gotta drink the water.
Well, I mean, not.
the
Well,
Gatorade.
okay, hold on. Not the water. You don't want to drink that water. You
Oh,
need to
yeah,
drink
don't
some
drink the
water.
swamp
well,
water.
well,
Swamp
you
water
don't
give you the
wanna drink-
runs.
You don't want to drink the water because there's crocodiles, you see, in the water.
There's crocodiles.
And when they go in the water,
There's crocodiles out here in Florida too.
We arguably
I
have a
believe
lot
out here
more
in-
of them out here.
I believe out here they are alligators.
Oh, now hold on.
Yeah,
We get both.
Now, I tell you what, I know how we settle this. We ask my Floridian friend here. Do you have alligators or crocodiles?
Well, shit, ain't they the same thing?
No, it's
Okay.
all about the tooths.
Okay,
do?
the other Floridian looks over at you, just like, did you just ask if they were this? We live in Florida. Florida. Whichever one you want to say.
Why are you saying Florida? You live in Florida.
I don't know.
That's true.
Something rubbed off on me, I guess.
It's a very confusing situation.
So I imagine they argue about crocodile versus alligator for like a good 15 minutes before somebody's like, hey, should we move the drugs?
We would like our payment, and then you can do whatever you wish with said drugs.
That is true. We would like the money for said drugs.
Our math man here, Jasper. How much monies are they supposed to be giving us?
Well,
It was
I closed
$10
the
a gram.
yeah, I closed the calculator quite a while ago,
Oh damn!
and the history is not saved.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, but it was like 149,000 for 15. I believe it was around 149 million. I'm sorry. I believe it was around 100 million for 10.
That actually would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That does make sense in my head calculator.
I mean, to be
Makes
fair,
sense.
we know you get a white dice, so add a white dice, Keegan.
Nice.
And yeah, so the Flirtian just kind of nods a little bit. He's like, I'll tell you what, this is some nice high quality shit. I will say the little scared white boy you got in the back is kind of offsetting, but the rest of this is real good.
Or that there's Jeff. You can call him Jim sometimes,
Yeah.
but he. Honestly, if it weren't for him, this wouldn't be possible. If anything, you should really be thanking him,
That is
because
true.
without him, like I said, we wouldn't have had the land to grow this
Yeah.
absurd amount of marijuanas.
Yeah, he do be the mastermind though.
So he turns around and he looks at the rest of his friends. Like, you hear that, boys? If we need anything else, we got that Jeff fellow over there who definitely knows all about this business. As
That
Jeff
is-
is just
yeah.
sitting in the back, just like, my life is over.
Jeff from Sucker Creek, the lawyer.
All right. So that was the final scene. You got the two white. So we finished the deal. I imagine you guys head back to Sucker Creek.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna deal with the aftermath. So you guys have the PDF. Go ahead and go to page 59. This is the aftermath table. Keegan, I'm gonna apologize because you're probably fucked.
Yeah, probably. Which I don't understand, because Skippy's such a nice guy.
Yeah, so nice. So Tad, go ahead and roll 46. I'm gonna do the same.
Okay. So 6, 19.
19. All right. And I got 11. All right, and then Keegan, go ahead and roll 2d6 for black first.
All right. Come on. 7.
All right, and now roll 2d6. 0. Oh my god. All right. That's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it.
All right, so how this is
Worst thing in the universe.
Yeah, so before we get to that, this is an optional thing, but the few times I've played Fiasco, I've always gone with this rule because everyone else I've seen play it does this too. So we each have 4 dice. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a montage where we're going to take one of those dice and explain a scene based on it, right?
Okay.
So typically, the black dice is how things go bad, and the white dice are things that go good. So for me, I have to describe 4 scenes that go bad, but also I got the pretty good result. All things considered, you're coming out of this smelling like a rose. You're a little better off. Maybe you got the girl. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you just didn't get caught. Tad has the best result you can get for white.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's fat times ahead, safe and secure. That thing that would make your life better? Oh, you got it, absolutely. And then some more. Enjoy it. And then Keegan got the worst thing in the universe. That probably doesn't involve death, because death would be way better than whatever this is.
Did he get the worst thing in the universe twice?
Not twice. It's the same result, I think, either way.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do one scene at a time, going with 4 scenes. These are really short. So I'm going to go ahead and go first. Let's see. So I have to kind of describe semi-negative. They don't have to be fully negative, because I still have to, like, come out pretty good, but... Alright, so I'm going to say with my first scene, so you guys get back to Sucker Creek. Jeff, goes back to his, like, law office, and within, like, 2 days, a couple other FBI agents show up to arrest him for his copious coke use, now that he doesn't have any sort of deal going on. So, Tad, why don't you give us one really good scene for Jasper?
Well, Jasper also gets home with his cut of the $100 million. So he has $33.333 repeating $1 million. I think when he deposits that into the bank, because he's not smart enough to know he shouldn't deposit into the bank, the repeating 3 like causes a glitch, and he just has infinite money now.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
All right, Keegan, you're the only one who has choices, so yours is absolutely horrible, so you might want to start with the positive first.
All right, well, I get home, and I get, I have my money, and I'm like, you know what? That person stole my Bigfoot costume. I'm gonna get a really nice one. Right?
Okay.
So I get a really nice, really, really nice Bigfoot costume. And then the bad is that I can't get it off.
Well, you do just one good or one bad, because we're doing individual scenes, so this is just a good scene.
Okay, so yeah, I have a really nice Bigfoot costume now. It's got like ventilation and stuff.
Nice.
This thing's awesome.
Built-in camel pack for you to travel.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so for Jeff, so he gets arrested, and he's like, you know what, this sucks, but I've got like $33 million that I can take care of and get myself a really good legal defense. But because it's like 33.33 repeating, there's some sort of glitch where he just doesn't have any of the money. Like it's an accounting error that they're just like, I'm sorry, sir, we can't process this. It seems like almost like it's going to another account. So, Tad.
Okay. So I have another good scene?
You have all good scenes. You have 4 white dice. Everything's good for you.
Okay. So, I guess Jasper, invests his infinite money into a very successful business that makes him even more money on top of his infinite money.
What's the business?
You know what? It's like it's something that he does with Keegan's character, where he goes on like Skippy. He goes on Bigfoot tours where he like goes out in like the hovercraft boats, and then Skippy like runs by in his Bigfoot costume. And he's like, "Oh shit, it's a Bigfoot!" And then they he finishes the tour and they pay him a bunch of money.
Nice. All right, Keegan. Again, I would suggest maybe going with the positive since everything goes really bad for you. So, what's another positive scene for Skippy?
Well, it sounds like I have a very successful business, being Bigfoot. So I get to travel the country.
As Bigfoot.
Yeah, as Bigfoot.
Like you lease out your services to other Bigfoot channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like does a thing for the History Channel finding Bigfoot, and then like some YouTubers pay him some money to run across like a field.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so for Jeff, he obviously completely fails his court case. And he gets sentenced to like 10 years for possession. Tad?
Okay.
Scene number 3.
Scene number 3 of my very good scenes. Fuck, I don't. It's hard to have such a good life. I don't have any basis for it. Fuck, I don't know. His butchery takes off, and people really like his cuts of meat that he's able to take care of his pigs more because he has infinite money.
So, like, does he start a chain?
Yeah, he starts a chain. His butcher shop ends up being a chain.
So he has another business.
Yeah. I never named it. It'd probably just be like Jasper's Butchery. I don't know.
Man, I wish you were named Pete.
Yeah. Butcher Pete.
No, just because I worked with a guy named Pete, and he when I worked at the meat department at Meijer, and he always said if he opened his own butchery, it would be called Pete's Meats.
Oh. That's fair, yeah.
All right, Keegan, what's the first really bad scene for you?
So, like I was saying with the first one, eventually, I can't get out of the suit. But like it's somehow it just won't come off. Like maybe the stitching or something like that, but it won't come on no matter what I do. Like it's advanced enough that I'm still able to like eat and drink it and everything out of it, and I have developed ways of getting rid of waste, but I can't get out of the suit.
So you've worn it so much it's gotten stuck.
Yeah.
Like, because you obviously don't clean it well.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
Okay, all right. So for Jeff's final scene, so he's in prison again for like 10 fucking years. But the one positive, because he comes out pretty good, the one positive is he ends up getting a book deal. About like his time spent as like this criminal mastermind for the largest drug sale in U.S. history. As he gets
Someone just found a recorder on the side of the road one day.
yeah, as he just gets charged with like so much more crime, but now he's like one of the most famous like drug dealer lawyer people like ever. So he's spending the rest of his life in prison. That's the negative side. But everyone loves him. Like, he's got like interviews and book deals, and like he'll get out when he's like in his 60s, and he'll have a great life right before he dies. Ted, what's Jasper's final awesome scene?
Well, Jasper, being that he has infinite money, he does attract a very attractive gold digger, and you know, he just has a really fucking banging wife, and you know, eventually she does divorce him, and she gets alimony, which is also an infinite amount of money, but he has an infinite amount of money, so it doesn't actually really bother him. He just gets another banging wife.
So he just spends the rest of his life getting banging wives and giving them infinite money.
And then they divorce him and get infinite money.
And he's like, oh well, I gotta get a new awesome hot wife.
Yeah.
So Jasper's final like excellent thing is he ruins the economy.
Yeah, he absolutely destroys the economy. So many women end up with infinite money.
Like, they divorce him within a month, and he's like, oh well.
Yeah, he just gets another one next month.
All right, Keegan, final scene of the game, which is the worse than death situation for Skippy. What happens with Skippy?
So I was thinking that because he couldn't get out of the suit, and that his life since the drug deal had comprised of traveling around the country, being Bigfoot, that he just starts roaming around the country as Bigfoot. Like, he becomes a Bigfoot. And eventually, the Bigfoot that helped us catches wind, and he's real pissed. So he's hunting me,
So
and I'm not the ninja that he is, so I'm terrified.
so Skippy, forced to be Bigfoot because he can't get out of the suit, is on the run from actual Bigfoot coming from
Yes.
Florida, pissed off that you're pretending to be Bigfoot.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
spend the rest of your life in a suit in fear.
Yes. The rest of his life as a 73-year-old man. So like 3 months.
As his heart gives out because he's got Bigfoot chasing him. And no one will help him because they're scared because they think he's Bigfoot.
Yeah, they see him and they run. That's fucking Bigfoot.
All right, and then that is the Fiasco.
Mhm.
All right,
Jesus.
so yeah, so that's how this game goes. For anybody who's interested, again, this is Fiasco. That's Fiasco with an exclamation point by Bully Pulp Pit. Damn it, Bully Pulp Pit Games. There's a lot of free play sets and stuff available. Like I'm talking like over 50, similar to this. So Fiasco is a really fun game. I recommend anybody to check that out. So hopefully next week we'll be back to our regular Alien campaign as we continue the mission on Kalara. For anybody who has been watching live, I apologize for the first hour of this production where we were trying to actually figure everything out. For everyone else, I hope you enjoyed, and we will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week on July 22nd, and we hope to see you there. So everyone have a good night. Bye.
Night.
Bye bye.
Bye.